Whenever we have a group of kids in here is the best time to do it because it actually is in motion. So, and there's nothing better than the kids' eyes light up, you know, when you're handing them stuff.
Right.
You know, that's why we do it, is because the kids love it so much. What's your name? Are you with him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so all these animals in here, everything in here is real. You're allowed to touch it, feel it, because that's how we feel that you learn, is by grabbing, holding, and feeling it. First, we'll start right over here. Can you tell me what this is? Deer. Very good. This is deer. Here, you want to feel it? And this is what they would use deer for. This is a pouch. Deer fur is naturally waterproof because it's hollow. And they would keep things in there that they wanted to keep dry. They would keep it in this. This is something else that they would have deer in. This is buckskin. And this would be a blouse. The men would wear a blouse with drawings, and the women would wear blouses because of the beads. Men didn't like the beads because they made noise going through the woods while hunting or going to war. The tines, where's the tines? Right here. This is deer tines, or deer antlers, and these are the tines. They use these for tools, weapons, utilities. They also map arrowheads with these here. You know what this thing is? Close. It's a coyote. And we've got them around here. Now, they weren't originally around here. They moved down in from the west. But we've got plenty of them now. But since we don't have panthers or bear, this is the only natural predator we have for our deer. So we need some, but we just don't need as many as we have. You know what this is? Yes, moose plates. Feel that. Oh man, bro. Isn't that hard? And what they would use these for is, of course, a plate or a tool to dig or to nap arrowheads, and also weapons. They could use this for a whole lot of different things. And they are telling me now that they give them to dogs to chew on, all these antlers. So maybe not. This here, you know what this is? Bear, black bear. You want to sit down? What you sit down? Feel that black bear? Isn't that neat? Okay. Now if we'll just kind of switch around, and I'll move over here, and we'll keep doing this. You know what this is? Oh, I'm sorry. No, this is a buffalo. This is the back part of a buffalo. Feel this. This here, you know, a buffalo has a great big hump. This is the fur of the hump. Feel the difference? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand you guys stuff, and it's going to pass around, and then if you don't mind, you're the last one, just lay it down right here. Okay. Now, do you know what these are? Here, pass that around to everybody.
I want to feel that buffalo hump.
Yeah. These are mink. Mink is a carnivore that lives near water, and they'll eat anything that don't eat them. But why we don't see a whole lot of these is because they would make mink stoles out of them, and they just about wiped them out. And this is one of what they would make out of. This here is another coyote. That's a female. A large female, but a female.
She likes
and then,
furs.
And if you got cameras, we'll take pictures in a minute.
Don't run. Voice from above. Boys, you're not listening. I said don't run. Slow down. Slow down. There you go. Try to make clear the circle. Walk. We have time to squeeze in just a little bit because that was a nice, good 4 push-ups. It was nice and quick. Sometimes you hear the MC ask for 2 push-ups, 4 push-ups. Some drums get a little carried away, want to do 35 push-ups.
Pretty good.
Nothing against these drums. I've been at powwows where they just went on and on and on and on and on. Yes, sir. In some ways, it's appreciated. For instance, the Milwaukee powwow, Milwaukee Nation.
I feel sure until I come to the Do you not put them on the right? Hours provided like cigarette package down. I hold on to them till I get home. They did it last time. They got some great teams over here that people have faith and what they brought. In fact, there's a guy back here. I saw all the others with their personal going that way. Yeah. Well, the news are more than us, so they're
You guys ready to go swimming? Are you ready for it?
That's good.
You have stuff to swim in, Joe?
Huh?
Alright.
Well, you want me to bring a bathing suit? I got those shorts and that tank top. I have those shorts and that tank. Are you going swimming?
Of course, if you remember right back.
I have trunks too, but you're wearing them, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I will. It's pretty easy, especially if you sit down in a... Not the red. The red
Especially, you know, where my family's from. Like, you walk around and, my college, but just think it's got cold, you'd have a stomach, you know, a rope.
Well, that was a drier climate, more of a desert-like climate.
No.
That's Western, yeah.
So how long did it take you to set them up?
4 hours.
Actually,
And you just
Building one fresh and brand new. Now yearly, technically, these are displays, right? Historical grounds, you can't really mess with them.
yeah.
Is that you tear them down every year and you burn them, and you just built new ones.
Yeah.
And all they are is a big bunch of saplings pulled over. And these are temporary lodges. Now they had permanent lodges.
Yeah.
See, like here in Fort Hill, for example, it's ceremonial grounds, right? Slash fort. And so they would gather here and might build a temporary, like that one over there, for an example. It's not even mounted into the ground.
Yeah.
Now, back home, if you was going to build something permanent, you would literally keep on as you, when you look at that, they look like big baskets, and you'll weave in hickory, long saplings. In the old days, hickory was more common, and make basically a big basket. Come out from it, start digging up the earth, mix leaf litter into it, and make like an adobe mixture, mud, all over it. You leave a portal at the top for a smoke hole, and then you start piling earth on top. And they would dome out. Now, as you're coming in and out of here, just at the stop sign, okay, going out on your left-hand side, you'll see a real pretty little mound.
feel a lot better.
And that pretty little mound was probably one of these, earthed up and it's collapsed. A lot of people misinterpret and say, well, I've got Indian mounds on my property, and they all think there's graves, and they're not. They could actually just be a simple house that's collapsed and mound over with age.
Yeah.
But again, these would be temporary. You're coming in, party, visit, ceremony.
And that's probably why they would find artifacts or whatever, maybe.
Well, yeah, it's more permanent. Or yeah, out in the middle of nowhere, arrowheads need to be sitting around making their tools and their equipment, and use hides. Again, just take them on down. And again, when you look inside, it's all wooden. It's all.
Are you sleeping in it?
Yeah, go ahead and check them out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Cherokee, North Carolina, my family and all that here. But right now I'm living down Southern Ohio.
Okay.
And this man here, he'll come to your house and make it. Put one out.
Okay. Sells teepees.
6787773. There is no name that is going to be on. He's going to be sharing his stories with you. He's an excellent storyteller. And then at 6 o'clock we have.
So you build these?
I sell them.
You sell them?
I get the poles out of, I'm partners with a guy up in Wisconsin. And right, I live down Kings Island. I have 135 poles at home right now. Everything from 32-foot long poles for a 28-foot teepee down to 20-foot poles for a 12-footer.
They lodge pine?
These are actually balsa fir. So yeah, I like them better. They're straighter. They're a little lighter. Main thing I like is they're straighter, and they're lighter, and they hold up as good as the lodgepole pines. I was driving clear to Montana to get lodgepole pines, and man, I sorted through a whole stack to just find one set, 12 that are straight.
What's the name of your company?
Blue Dog teepees. Some business cards here if you want a business card.
Sure.
Right. I said I live down by Kings Island and get my poles out of Wisconsin. Then I can get all the canvas. I get it from a guy up in Minnesota. I've never met him. He just sends them to me. And then he and I are kind of, he gives me a deal on them when I buy them. Mm-hmm. I sell them for the same price he does. So I got his price books. I said, here's his price book. You're going to pay the same price you pay for him. But the advantage of, the only advantage of dealing with me is if you got a problem, a really bad problem, I can come look at it and tell you what you're doing wrong, putting it up or whatever. And you got to get the poles from somewhere, and you can't order them from people. Mm-hmm. They cost $700 if you order them. I'll sell them to you for $550. You can look at Crazy Crow catalog. It comes out to over $700 if you order from R&K. It's a shipping. What I do is I go pick up a whole bunch at one time, then I can divide the cost into, and it makes it cheaper. Mm-hmm. You'll pay sometimes in cases more for the shipping than poles cost. So,
well, thank you.
And I don't make any money. I collect for it that I add to the cost of teepees is the cost of going there. I don't charge anything for my time. If I did that, I'd be up to that same price. But the way I look at it, I go up to Wisconsin for a vacation. And my grandfather only lived about 20 miles from where I get the poles from. So I go visit friends. My grandfather lived there for I don't know how many years. And then I went there for 8 years bow hunting. And I got to know a lot of people. The resort that we stayed at, there's still people there. And people my grandfather knew when he lived there. So
and what's your name?
Rumsey.
Rumsey.
My Indian name is Panji Alamaw, which translates to blue dog.
Blue dog. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah, and I'm part Seneca, and then 2 years, well, it'll be 3 years ago this summer, I was adopted in the Shawnee and Cherokee tribes both at a solemn ceremony. Something I always hoped to be, because Senecas are from New York, and I hardly ever find any Senecas, and Shawnee lived here, so I actually learned some of the Shawnee language. I learned sign language. Of course, teepees weren't found around here, but I like to travel with powwows and rendezvous, so this is something I can, the teepees, nomadic, mm-hmm. so I could travel around and, you can build a fire in here and stay warm on cool nights. And
mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't have a pit.
Yeah, that fire pit out there, I put it here when it's this time of year too. Last night, I started out sleeping with a sheet. I don't know what time of night I was cold, because it went down to the 50s. And I had a sleeping bag under the sheet, so I just rolled the seat off and crawled in the sleeping bag. Boy, I was warm then.
So you put your fire pit in tonight?
Nah, it's got to get down in the 40s before I'll put a fire pit in here and try to keep the fire going all night. 50s, that's about the best you could keep it with the fire pit in here. I've camped out when it's below zero.
Right.
My nephew, he used to toss some tomahawks. We used to go to Anderson, Indiana for the pumpkin festival. Well, you get down frosted nights. Well, we had a fire every night there. Of course, he sleeps like a rock. He's the first one to bed. I have to about drag him out of bed in the morning. I never seen a kid sleep so much. And I'm the one that, when I wake up at night, I'd get up, throw a few more logs on the fire, and I didn't want to do a lot where sparks might. I put a screen over it at night, but still can one pop through. And I've actually found little burn holes in this, but I don't think it ever start a fire, but good damage a sleeping bag, burn a hole in the sleeping bag or something like that. So I don't build a roaring fire in here, just out of safety.
Yeah, just small.
If I had 2 or 3 other guys standing here, that I could, you have a chance of something to caught fire, somebody wake up. But he sleeps like a rock. I have trouble waking him up in the morning. So I'm a light sleeper, and he sleeps. He gets to bed, and he's gone.
Be nice to be able to sleep that deep.
Huh?
It's nice to sleep that deep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the older you get, the more you're restless. I know I have all kinds of weird dreams. A lot of stuff from my past, and good and bad. Hunting season, I dream about hunting. Killed my 101st deer last year.
Wow.
I lived the deer hunt. For a while, I used to always eat venison for every day for lunch. But where I work, I work for Council on Aging, and we bring meals home every once in a while, so I end up with more food left over every day that I can eat, so I bring it home so I don't eat chili that much. I make venison chili is what I do.
Yeah.
That's Shy Fox there.
Hey, Shy Fox.